The director nodded.
Good. The state needs such children as you will have. And a man has need of little ones. But tell me, you still feel sure of this test?
Then the talk became technical. Johann was sure. There had been smaller tests during the 2 years the project had been going on. All of them have been effective. Then cold fingers ran over him, tingling at the ends of his nerves, as he realized the trick semantics was playing on him. Test? It had been the name they had given it, and in time it had come to be no more than that in his mind. A test of his theories. But this was not just a test. This was the feat itself, the step that would bring an end to half the world. The culmination of the hopes of Centralia and the final positive proof, the ideas of Volsec. He had been almost unaware of the power that had grown from his idea, but now it hit him. It wasn't easy to do that to half a world, even in these days, but it had to be done. 30 years before, there had been a sprawling group of small nations and several large powers, but with the beginning of the atomic age, that had shaken itself down until now there were actually only the two hemispheres. Centralia had most of the world's population, but the West had achieved equality by its head start in the sciences and in industry. For 30 years, little nations had accreted to big nations, until now there were only two of them. Nominally, the little nations still existed, but it was a polite fiction, like the fiction of bland softness the director had adopted before Stephanie. And this was not a world where two powers could exist. They had somehow achieved it, while the accretion of control over the neighbouring states went on. There had been a fracas piled into struggle, but never outright war. Now, though, things had reached a stage where each side knew that sooner or later the hydrogen bombs must fall, and where those bombs were of a size and efficiency that might even end the world. There were even rumours of solar phoenix bombs which could turn the world into a flaming lesser sun. Volsec sighed. This was better than that. Better than half the world would slow down and come to a gradual halt than that the rain of hell should descend from the heavens, perhaps igniting the world itself. They were at the laboratories now, and Volsec got out of the car behind the director, vaguely conscious that taking second place was a mark of honour. Inside the building, one of the rooms had been cleared, leaving a few seats, a stand, and a single board of levers against the wall. Already the seats were taken, and men were rising to salute the director. Jessica MacDonald, Samatsu, Vanderputra, Simonolov, Schwarzkopf, Jodson. All of the big names of government and science were there. Some were scowling intently as they tried to digest the printed formulae on the big blackboard which gave part of the theory behind Volsec work. Others were smiling, assured only that this was the day when Centralia would come into its own. And some, as always, were estimating Volsec, wondering how his importance would conflict with their own. The director smiled thinly, dropping an arm over Volsec's shoulder.
After this day, Johann, you'll need bodyguards. I've seen to that. And Patrici, well, we shall see.
Johann caught himself before he could wince. He'd liked Patrici, and had no desire to replace him,